Hello guys, how are we all doing? Welcome to FA Cup predictions. We've made it to the quarter-final, Sophie. This is where the teams that win go to Wembley, and there's a couple of Championship teams and a League Two team in it.
I know. It's looking... There's been a few upsets, hasn't there?
It's mental.
I like it.
It's absolutely mental.
The beauty of the cup.
Absolutely. Do make sure to hit that like button. We'll go for 255 likes on here. So hit the like button and do make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Let's get straight into the predictions, Sophie. Starting at the Etihad, it's Manchester City versus Burnley. Now, this is a game that I was hoping would get drawn out when I saw which 8 teams got through to this round, because this is the Vincent Kompany derby.
I was about to say, his return to the Etihad.
Honestly, I think what makes it really interesting is Burnley are so clear in the Championship, they might as well put everything into this, because it's not like this FA Cup run's going to distract them from the league. I mean, as far as we're concerned, they're going to rack up like 100 points this season, something silly. Meanwhile, Manchester City, obviously in the Premier League, they're gunning down Arsenal, but they didn't win the Carabao Cup, and they'll want to try and get a couple trophies this season, and this is possibly the easiest one on paper for them to win, with Manchester United being the biggest threat left, I suppose, in this competition. But I'm going to go for a shock right away. I think Burnley have been absolutely fantastic, and it wouldn't surprise me if Nathan Tella has an absolutely fantastic game, gets on the score sheet, some young players link it up beautifully. Vincent Kompany's fantastic style of football comes away with a 2-1 Burnley win.
Wow. I mean, I'd actually love to see that happening, because I love a cup set, but I don't. I'm going to have to back the favourite, and I'm being boring. I think Man City will put out a fairly strong side. I do think that even their second side is ridiculously strong. Like, they've got insane squad depth. I think Burnley are going to go all out, to be honest, and I think they're going to need to. But I don't see them winning it. So I'm going to back the home side here, but I'm going to say Burnley get on the score sheet. 2-1.
Oh, okay. So you're still going to close game?
Yeah, I'm not going to say it's a walk in the park, but...
No. So the thing is, I think Burnley, when they do get up, I think they're going to do very well in the Premier League next year with the way they've been playing. So, like I say, I think they could give Man City a really good game. We'll move on to an all-Championship matchup. We're guaranteed to get a Championship team in the semi-finals. It's Sheffield United versus Blackburn. Now, these two are both doing fantastic in the Championship as well. They're both pushing towards the Premier League. Heck, they might both get there. If Sheffield United gets second and Blackburn win the playoffs, for example, this could be a really big game. I mean, it is a big game. But then you look at it, Soph. I mean, the priority for these teams is to get to the Premier League. But they're one win away from Wembley, because the semi-finals are at Wembley. And, you know, once you're in the semi-finals, you've almost got, you know, a hand near the final. Like, they could get to the final.
Got your eye on it,
This is an interesting one. I know Blackburn beat Sheffield United a week or two ago in the Championship. They beat them 1-0, but they've both been a little bit hard to predict in the Championship. Sheffield United were really clear in that top 2, but their form has slipped away a little bit. But their most recent game was a crucial 2-1 win against Sunderland, and they can park that now for a little bit and concentrate on this FA Cup game where they are at home. But Blackburn will give them lots of credit. They've been brilliant as well, and they did just beat Reading in their most recent game 2-1. This is a hard one to call, Sophie. I'm going to say Sheffield United at Bramall Lane will just get their crowd up, and just there'll be a magic feeling, and I think they're actually going to get to the semi-finals here. I think they're going to win this game. Sheffield United 2-0.
Yeah, I think being the home side, you're obviously going to have that home crowd, that home advantage. I do actually see this being a really tight game. I don't agree with it being a 2-0. I think both teams are going to get on the score sheet, and I see it going to the wire. I think if anyone's going to break the deadlock in the last few minutes, it's going to be Sheffield United. So I'm going to back them to win 2-1.
2-1 to the Blades. Both backing the Blades to get to the semi-finals. Do share your thoughts if you're a Sheffield United or Blackburn fan, of course. We'll move on to the biggest mismatch in this round. It's Brighton versus League Two Grimsby. They've done absolutely fantastic to get here, Grimsby. Remember, they did beat Southampton away. So, you know, they won't be too frightened of taking on another Premier League team away, albeit Brighton are obviously much higher better in the Premier League than Southampton. They both played a midweek. Grimsby did eke out a 1-0 win in League Two just this week, and they're not exactly fighting for promotion necessarily, but they've been all right at times this season. And like I say, they could put everything into this FA Cup quarter-final. You got Brighton, who are really going to be pushing for top 7 or something like that in, well, maybe top 6, even top 4. Who knows? We'll see. But Brighton are definitely fighting for some European football this season, and they also have a very good chance of winning this. I mean, I did actually say a couple of weeks ago, I think Brighton are a pretty decent dark horse to win this competition. I'm going to say Brighton win. I'd love a great upset for Grimsby, but I just think Brighton are going to be so focused, and they're just a very good team. I'm going to say Brighton win this game 3-1.
See, for me, I'm doing this prediction. It's hard to know whether Brighton are going to go all out, because as you say, this is a good chance for them to begin at winning this cup, or are they going to focus on Premier League and where that kind of puts them next season with Europa, things like that. So saying they don't go full strength, I see a cup set happening. I'm going to back the Mariners 2-1.
You going
Grimsby? Grimsby are going to progress for me.
Grimsby 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1.
But do you think that'd be stupid if Brighton put out a weak team at this stage?
I wouldn't say it's stupid, and I can see why they do it, but equally I think they want to
Maybe
go further than this.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then to lose to Grimsby as well, that wouldn't be great for them.
Honestly, Grimsby fans, give us your thoughts on that. And if you're a Brighton fan, what's the priority, the Premier League or the FA Cup? Give us your thoughts. The final game is at Old Trafford, and it's Manchester United versus Fulham. It's an all Premier League matchup, and this one could be interesting. We all know how good Fulham can be. They've, easily secured survival this season, and they're in that top half. Who knows if they could get Europe this season? They're doing very well. Manchester United, meanwhile, they've already won a competition this year, and if they were to win the FA Cup on top of that, and even the Europa League or something, that would be one hell of a season for Ten Hag. But Manchester United have slipped off a little bit. They had that 7-0 defeat to Liverpool, albeit they won their Europa League game against Barca, but then they drew 0-0 with Southampton, and I'm left scratching my head thinking, where's this Manchester United team going? I mean, are they improving, or are they on a bit of a slump? And if they are on a slump, I can maybe see Fulham winning this. I'm going to go for another upset here. Fulham 2-1. They're into the semis.
Okay. No, I feel like I'm going to have to back the favourites for this. I do see Man United. I feel like when they're in cup games rather than Premier League, I do think it's a different kind of mentality, and I do kind of tip them to win, and I'm going to have to say they're going to win this one for me. I do agree with you, like in recent couple of results, they've not had the best form, and Fulham this season have actually been unreal. They've really surprised me, and I like it. I like when a team goes up and does well. I don't see them progressing any further in this competition though, so for me, United win 2-0.
Oh, United 2-0.
Yeah,
and then an early shout, so which of these teams in the final 8 is actually going to win the FA Cup?
I think everyone's favourite would be Man City, won't it?
Yeah, that'd be the bookies' favourite. So you're going Man City?
No, I'm going Grimsby.
There you go. Plot twist. Do get your thoughts down below, guys. Do make sure to share your predictions, and of course, hit that like button. We're going for 255 likes. Hit that thumbs up button if you like your football, and do make sure to subscribe. It's nearly the international break, so let's make the most of the domestic football. Thank you for joining me, Sophie.
Thank you.
And we'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.